Hey, how you doing? Hope everyone is okay today and that you're surviving well, getting by as best as possible. Got to put my Valor on. That's one that used used so much I've had to tip it up quite a few times. So that goes on my brainstem. I always put that on the brainstem before my classes. I love it. It's liquid courage. Courage in a bottle, as it were. So there's that. Rub that in nice. Love the aroma of that. Not that the back of my neck smells good, but the Valor smells fantastic. Next one I put on is White Angelica. White Angelica is one of my favorites because it's the first one I actually had an emotional response to when I opened up a bottle. And I like using it for, I guess you could say protection. Just it gives me a feeling of safety. And I put that on the crown of my head, on my temples, on my forehead, pretty much wherever. And White Angelica is just fantastic. Hello, Vicki. How are you tonight? Hope everyone in Scranton and Jefferson are doing okay. Now, I am Jayhawk. My wife, Lori, and I are Young Living members, and we like doing these sessions, these educational sessions, to help people with their questions about essential oils. And before we do anything, we have to start off with this disclaimer. This information is not meant to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. The information represents what we, independent distributors of Young Living essential oils, have chosen to do to take charge of our own personal health and that of our families. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. If you are pregnant, nursing, taking medications, or have a medical condition, consult your physician before using these products. There. Disclaimer. Have to do it. That's the rules, and I play by the rules. And I can't get over the aroma of Valor and White Angelica together. Right up into the olfactory system and into the limbic system of the brain. Feels good. Again, my wife Lori and I, we have been Young Living members since 2015. In fact, I think May 3rd, 2015 is our 5th anniversary of being Young Living members. A very dear family member shared oils with us when I was going through a very difficult season of unwellness. My doctors were out of options, and in desperation, we just thought, let's give those hippie oils a try. Vicki keeps telling us about these things. Let's try them. What have we got to lose? Everything else. And here it is, 5 years later, and I haven't been hospitalized since we've added Young Living to our wellness regimen. The results speak for themselves. Yeah, I've had several foot surgeries, but as far as overall wellness, it's been great. Now, essential oils have the power to improve whole life wellness. What's the best way to access the benefits of these little amber bottles? I mean, yeah, you can't see it through the label, but the bottle is amber colored. That's to keep light from getting in there. Use essential oils correctly. That's the best way. That's definitely the best way to use these oils. Now, even experienced oilers have occasionally goofed and made mistakes in their oil usage. We've said oops plenty of times over the past 5 years. And every now and then we still have that odd brain glitch that maybe I shouldn't have done it that way. Yeah, we get that. We get that. It happens to everybody. I don't care if you've just started yesterday, or if you plan to start tomorrow, or if you've been using oils for 10 to 15, 25 years, there's still going to be an oops here and there. Education may be key, knowledge may be power, but to err is human. And we're definitely human. At least last time I checked, I was. I haven't heard any feedback yet from my family. So let's look at some of the common essential oil mistakes that happen. But before we do that, I am going to take a sip of Zing. I love this stuff. It's a wonderful, lightly carbonated beverage that Young Living has. that is an excellent alternative to sugary sodas. So let's talk about some mistakes. The big one, all oils are created equal. Oh boy. Yeah. That's when we first heard about essential oils, we had no idea about the difference between Young Living and store-bought oils. Ooh, I hate that term, store-bought oils. It just, the hair on the back of my neck just, Now, we thought they were all the same. Man, were we stupid. Well, okay, we weren't stupid. We just didn't know any better. Not all essential oils are the same. Quality and purity varies greatly among companies. Now, if you want to ensure that you're getting the highest quality oil, don't get your oil from the supermarket. Don't buy them on eBay, because a vast majority of those oils are loaded with synthetics, toxins, fluoride water, fragrance, and other hazardous ingredients. Young Living is different. It really is. They have the Seed to Seal quality commitment, which means that they're very strict on what ingredients are allowed in the products and how the botanicals are sourced. Water, soil, air, all that is tested on the Young Living farms and the partner farms. They're tested regularly to safeguard the process and protect the produce. Now, if it doesn't meet the superior standards, nothing gets planted. If the plants don't grow to meet the same rigid standards that Young Living has, they're not distilled and bottled. Most times they're used as mulch for the other plants, so really nothing goes to waste. But they're not bottled once they're distilled and shipped off for people to use. They have to match the high quality. So here's a quick glance at what to look for with a bottle of essential oil. Carefully read the ingredients on each bottle. Beware the term fragrance, because fragrance is a coverall for a multitude of sins. It's like gravy when you're cooking something. Oh, that's burnt on one end. Let's just add a little more gravy. You know, with fragrance, that's a term that companies can use and claim copyright infringement, trade secret recipe, and they can get away with it. And it can contain all kinds of hazardous stuff, and often does. So beware fragrance. Research how the company sources and produces their oils. Do they own their own farms? Do they process it themselves? Do they distill it themselves? Do they bottle it themselves? The more hands that touch, as in it's kind of like the pandemic that's going around now. The more opportunities that people have to touch something, the higher the chance of contamination. Young Living doesn't do that. Everything's done in-house. So that is quality. Do they test their essential oils on an average of 95 times before they're shipped out? Young Living does. That's all part of Seed to Seal. So yeah, not all oils are created equal. Another mistake, leaving essential oils out of your daily routine. Some people just think, oh yeah, I'll use a little Joy when I'm feeling down, or yeah, I just got my hands muddy, so I'm going to use a little lemon oil and help wash that off. And okay, if you're not using essential oils in your personal care routine on a daily basis, you're really missing out on some major perks. You really are. Pampering yourself, yeah, you can pamper yourself with oils. Sugar scrubs, bath bombs, all kinds of wonderful things like that you can do. The Savvy Minerals makeup for women, all kinds of hair care products, soaps, lotions, just all sorts of stuff that Young Living has that you can use on a daily basis to get rid of the toxins that are in the store-bought chemical-laden products. Have you looked at the ingredients in a bar of soap or a bottle of shampoo? If it says triclosan on it, dump it, get rid of it. Young Living shampoos, no triclosan, nothing like that. So if you want to pamper yourself with essential oils, do. Use it on a daily basis. Use it in skincare products. Use it in hair care products. There's Young Living deodorant made with essential oils. Plant-based stuff, folks. Arrowroot powder is the key with that, by the way. No aluminum in the deodorants, which is really, really nice. You can get radiant skin. I mean, frankincense helps support healthy skin. Lavender helps support healthy skin. Helichrysum hydrates parched skin. Frankincense gives you kind of a radiant glow. And that's just a handful of the tips that you can use oils on a daily basis as part of your personal care routine. It's simple. It's there. Use it. Switch from toxic stuff that has talc, bismuth, parabens, phthalates, and other harsh chemicals. Use essential oils because those work better. And oftentimes they last longer because a little goes a long way when it comes to oils. You know, like when you use toothpaste, like they have in the commercials, it's like, they put a little Mount Everest there on your toothbrush. Now, with the Young Living Thieves Whitening toothpaste, about the size of a pea. That's all you need, and you're good. Let's talk about another mistake, and this is a huge one. This is one that a lot of people have a problem with, assuming that essential oils are just for women. See this? I'm not the bearded lady at the circus. I'm a guy, and I use essential oils daily. There are oils that support healthy feelings of masculinity, like the conifer oils. I love the conifer oils. Northern Lights Black Spruce, pine, Idaho Grand Fir, cypress, all kinds of great oils. Lemon essential oil is a great addition to any guy's workbench. Just make a sugar slurry with some white sugar, a few drops of Young Living lemon essential oil. There you go. Instant hand cleaner. You just rub that stuff on, grease and stuff just goes. It's great. There are also some oils that help boost healthy testosterone levels, but that's a different class altogether called Oils and Men, and we'll discuss that some other time. That's a nice class though. Next big mistake: not using your oils around the kids. We want our children and future grandchildren to have happy, healthy lives. Essential oils and oil-infused products can play a big part in creating an environment where children feel safe and secure. Whether you're trying to quiet down the little ones after a long day around bedtime, or if you're using some peace and calming essential oil blend to soothe your toddler's sun-kissed skin with some Lavaderm, or after sun spray, oils are essential to a family's whole life wellness. We have the Seedlings line of products, which are excellent for babies through toddlers. In fact, a lot of adults use the Seedlings products because they're really nice. There's the Kids Sense line, which is like babies through, again, adults use a lot of this stuff, but they are pre-diluted just for tender skin for youngsters. There's nothing in there that's going to harm the kids. We use essential oils on our kids. Now, granted, our kids are grown, and one of our kids is going to have her own kid here fairly soon, our first grandchild, and we would never do anything to harm that little bundle. We would never intentionally do anything to harm. That's one reason why we've gotten rid of so many toxins in our homes and switched over to Young Living. You know, there's a Feather the Owl diffuser. It's this little owl. In fact, there it is, right there on the shelf there. I know it's in the distance, but there it is. Feather the Owl diffuser. That thing is fantastic. It's it's a humidifier, an aroma diffuser, a nightlight, and white noise machine all in one. Perfect for a nursery. Perfect for a tween, or a toddler. Perfect for a grown-up too, actually. Parenting can be tough. I earned this gray. parenting can be really tough, but with a little help from Young Living and the Kids Sense line and the Seedlings line, you can do so much with essential oils with your kids. So don't have any fear about using oils around your children. Next mistake. How about, oh, it's going to kill Fido? You know, you can use your oils around your pets. You can. Our furry friends are like family. And, you know, sometimes you love them, sometimes you want to kick them out the door. So it's only natural that you would want to share essential oils with your pets if need be. There are just a few different rules on using oils with your pets than there are using them on yourself. For example, with dogs and cats, one of the best places to apply essential oils to your dog or cat are the pads of the feet. That's a great place to do it. And there are some oils that can be toxic to pets. For example, you shouldn't use tea tree on a cat. Melaleuca alternifolia, tea tree. You shouldn't use tea tree on a cat. It is hazardous to them. Now, citrus oils, a cat cannot digest. A cat does not digest citrus. So when there are citrus oils diffusing, most times, not every time, but most times, a cat will say, "That's not food, I'm out of here," and walk away. Every animal is different, mind you. So make sure you watch how your animal responds when you're diffusing. If your dog starts going a little nutso, as most dogs do, mind you, but if your dog goes a little off kilter when you're diffusing something, make a note of that and maybe not diffuse that around your dog. You know, if your cat hates the smell of orange, ours does. Lori likes to use orange at night sometimes. She takes orange essential oil, puts it on her wrist, and then when she sleeps like that. The cat will move from her side of the bed to my side of the bed and just look at me like, "You let her do that. You kicked me, you know, aren't you going to do anything? You know, rub her nose in it or something." No, leave your pet an out. Leave them an escape. Don't diffuse in an enclosed room where your pet has no escape and no way out. Give them an out. Give them an exit, a place they can go where if the oil aroma bothers them, they can go away. Now, Young Living has an Animal Sense line of oils, of blends. There's Infect Away, Mendwell, Paragize, Puriclean, and Tea Away. Those oils are fantastic for pets. And not just dogs and cats, but also for livestock, horses, you know, llamas, sheep, goats, alpacas, pigs. You can use oils with birds, reptiles, even fish, small mammals. Like my son has a chinchilla. And when he diffuses lavender around his chinchilla, who is personality-wise a lot like Godzilla, just destroys everything in his path, and he diffuses lavender, and the chinchilla is just like, "Okay, yeah, I'm mellow. I am now a chill chinchilla." You know, it works. It works on animals. Just give them an out. So animals can't tell us directly in words that something is or isn't working. They can't say, "Hey, I really wish you wouldn't diffuse bergamot around me." They can't say that. If it does, maybe you're using some stuff that has THC in it and you're hearing things. I don't know. That's up to you. What you do in your home, your business, not mine. But I can look at my cat's face and I can tell if she's not happy. It's a look I see often. But you can tell. You know your animals. You know your pets. So if they react a certain way, maybe stop using the oil. You know, let them sniff around though. Let them find something that they like. There's also an Animal Sense ointment that is really good. I know a lot of people are walking their dogs a lot now just to get out of the house. Well, the dog's pads might be getting a little beat up. When you get home, put a little Animal Sense ointment on those pads. It's really good for healthy pad support on your poochie. All right, next mistake, the next big oops that a lot of people make. I can't ingest essential oils. All right, I get it. You're out in the woods. You see a whole bunch of bushes that have berries. You got all kinds of mushrooms there. How do you know which ones are poisonous and which ones aren't? Unless you've studied, you don't know. It's a lot safer to go to the grocery store. Maybe not now, but it used to be a lot safer to have someone else pick out the berries for you. So how do you know what oils you can ingest? Well, you have to know your source. Now, you can flavor your favorite beverage with fresh lemon juice, and you don't always have fresh citrus on hand. Lucky for lemon and lime and tangerine lovers, there's a Vitality line of oils that Young Living has that are specifically labeled for internal use. You can consume them, you can eat them, you can drink them. This in itself, this Zing here, this has lime essential oil in it. It also has a little bit of black pepper essential oil in it, which, strangely enough, is really, really good. So, I'm going to take another slug of that. I know Vicky's cheering for me every time I drink that because she turned us on to Zing at convention one year. She brought us one for breakfast. Best breakfast I've had in a long time. So the Vitality line are safe to ingest. Now, there's a phrase called GRAS, G-R-A-S, which is generally regarded as safe for consumption. Essential oils, most essential oils, fall into that category. You can add a burst of flavor. Black pepper, ginger, coriander. You can add those Vitality oils to spice up your cooking or infuse your next batch of baked goods with a little cinnamon bark Vitality, or if you like Swedish baking, cardamom Vitality. They've got that. I've got a recipe for a Swedish Christmas cake that I haven't made in years. I now have cardamom Vitality oil, and you better believe I'm going to use that next time I make it. So yeah, you're welcome. What's the difference between Vitality oils and the standard essential oils that Young Living has? Nothing. Same oil. Exact same oil. The only difference is the labeling, because the FDA, in their infinite wisdom, you can take that however you want, but they say that you can only make certain claims on oils. You can only list it for one purpose. So if you have a bottle of lavender and you have lavender Vitality, well, each one is labeled differently, but it's the same oil. Lavender is labeled for topical or aromatic use. Lavender Vitality is labeled for internal use. You can switch the oils from bottle to bottle. It's not going to make a difference. But in your own home, do what you want. When you're talking in public, got to do it the way the FDA recommends it. So if you're having problems with water, a lot of people have to drink a lot of water. And it can be monotonous. It can be boring. It can be pretty flavorless sometimes. Try adding a few drops of grapefruit Vitality. That's really good. Jade lemon Vitality is one of my favorites for ice water. Love that. Has a nice little lemon lime taste. Or you can also add some of the new Vitality drops that Young Living has, which has a grapefruit bergamot flavor and also a lavender lemonade flavor. Both tremendous. Very, very good stuff. And they're also good because they add electrolytes to your system. So yes, you can consume essential oils as long as they're Young Living Vitality oils. Would I consume an orange essential oil that I bought from the Kroger supermarket? No. First off, I wouldn't buy it from Kroger. Not to, point Kroger out, but just because they're a major food chain. I wouldn't buy it from a grocery store. and I wouldn't trust it because when I look at it, it's not the same. It's definitely not the same. I don't know where it's been grown. I don't know how it's been sourced. I don't know how it was distilled. I don't know who shipped it. With Young Living, I do. That's good enough for me to put into my system. Just like that. It's that simple. Next mistake that a lot of people make. Essential oils aren't going to stain my clothes. They can. They can. Yeah, there are some oils, for example, Valor that I used before, deep blue coloring. That's because of blue tansy. Blue tansy is an oil that is a very deep blue, and it's also very staining. The first time I opened a bottle of blue tansy, I had a couple drops on my finger, and I just thought, oh yeah, I'll just rub that in here. You know, that smells nice. I did this. I looked at my hands. I looked at my nose. I looked like Papa Smurf. It turned my nose and my hands blue. And it takes a little while for it to wear off too, but it's really nice. Now, it's great for skin though. Blue tansy is excellent in skin. So what my wife does is she mixes it in with some of the Young Living lotions, like the Genesis lotion or even the Kid Sense lotion. She'll mix it in with that, and she does not come out looking like Smurfette. No. So it works. It does stain sometimes. And there are oils that if you wash with oils, be careful. Make sure you know which oils stain, which ones don't. One of the best things you can do is get a desk reference book. And this desk reference book will tell you the oil's properties, what they can do, and sometimes they'll say, yeah, it can stain clothes. Just be careful. So if you want, you can test it. Test your oil on a piece of fabric and see if it stains. You know, just like if you have a spare piece of fabric laying around, test it on that. Put it through the wash. If it stains, then you know. Because you don't want to do that on like a very nice blouse or, you know, a nice pair of slacks or something like that. And you don't want to come out, you know, oh, look, there's jasmine spots all over this. Yeah, it can happen. It can. That's an oops. That's an oops that a lot of people make. So just make sure you're very cautious about which oils you use before you get dressed right away and which oils you use in your laundry. In fact, talk to people. Talk to some oil users who have probably made the same mistakes that you might be ready to make yourself. And they can steer you in a different direction. Next essential oil mistake. I just put on this wonderful tangerine essential oil. I love it. Now I'm going to go out in the sun for a little bit. Stop. Stop. There's this thing called photosensitivity. And that doesn't mean that you don't like having your picture taken. Photosensitivity that's when the sun has a reaction to whatever or causes a reaction to whatever you happen to have on your skin, intensifies it, and it can lead to damaged skin. Citrus oils are photosensitive. So it increases the UV sensitivity. So yeah, you can really damage your skin. Lori did that one time. She put orange on and then went outside, did a little yard work, came back in and just kind of looked at her skin and went, ow. So we know better. We know better now. Best thing to do is if you put it on, wait. Just wait a while. So you really need to be careful. So always check the bottle's label. The bottle's label will tell you if it is photosensitive. All right? Just check out the label. It's not that difficult. Some of the best ways to, you know, if you love orange or tangerine, it was like, but I can't use them. There are ways to get around it. Use photosensitive oils as part of your nightly routine when the sun's already down. Yeah. Or you can cover the application area with clothing or a wide brim hat. You know, if you want to put a little tangerine on here and then go out in the sun, that's not going to hurt anything. If you put it on here and go out in the sun, it may. You know, you do it here, you're going to end up looking like a ruby-throated hummingbird. But you're not going to be humming. You're going to be going, ow, I can't move my neck. It happens. It happens. People make mistakes. We learn from them, though. We don't make the same mistake twice when it comes to something like that. Okay, another big mistake that people make. They think that candles and air fresheners are better at producing aromas than diffusers and essential oils. No, they're not. Air fresheners and candles come in a multitude of designer scents, but essential oil diffusers are hands down the best air fresheners. You get bright, fresh scents without harmful synthetic compounds. Ready to make the switch? We did. We don't burn candles anymore. We used to. We used to be a candle burning fool family. We would have candles going all the time. And, oh, that smells so, oh, that's mulberry. Oh, that's wonderful. Oh, wow, I love that pine scent. You know what? A lot of the wax used in candles is hazardous. A lot of the wicks contain lead. That stuff is getting into the air, and when you go over the candle and you go, that smells so good. Do you know what that stuff is doing to your body? You're getting heavy metals in there, and I'm not talking, no, I'm not talking heavy metal like that. I'm talking about lead that gets into your system and is harmful for your health. So switch out to diffusers. And the fun thing is, you can diffuse just about any oil that Young Living has. And it's fantastic because you can create your own blends. One of my nicknames is the diffuser guru because I'm not afraid to, I like making Frankenstein's monsters out of oils. Let's see. Okay, I got orange. Yeah, I'll use a little orange. How about some pine? Pine sounds good. Let's see, blue tansy. Yeah, why not? I'll steal that from my wife's makeup collection. I'll put a little blue tansy in. I'll mix it up. I love it. I love it. If something smells good, I'm going to diffuse it. And we have diffusers all over. I've got one going right now. That one there, the lantern diffuser on the desk. I've got that going, and that's got a nice blend in it. What did I put in there? Yes. Let's see. Oh, yeah, I put some Joy and Believe in there. Really needed it. So I added that in there. Got that going there. I had some citrus oils going in the kitchen earlier today. In the powder room, I have Citrus Fresh going because we have 4 people using the powder room now, and every now and then it's just like, oh. So, yeah, I diffuse in there. The guest bedroom has a diffuser. Our master bedroom has a diffuser. There's a great room diffuser. We've got diffusers everywhere. And a lot of times we've got 4 going at once. And I wouldn't have it any other way. Now, believe in the power of aromatherapy because that used to be considered quackery. Remember? Years ago, it was like, oh, if you sniff lavender, you're going to feel better. You know what? I sniff lavender. I feel better. You know, it works. I love the smell. It makes me happy, you know. Aromatherapy is now an accepted science, and it's used medically. You know, a lot of diffusers are being used in hospitals now. They are. And essential oils are being used. Yeah, we're right on that edge. We're getting to be a lot more accepted in the medical community. Just saying. And I know that if I were to go in for an extended stay, not that I have any plans to, but if I end up doing it, one of the first things I'm going to say is grab a diffuser. Take one with us. When my daughter goes into labor, when she's delivering the baby, she has mentioned before that she would like to have a diffuser going in there. That's my girl. I'm proud of her. So, yes, candles and air fresheners smell nice, but that's because they're loaded with synthetics and fragrance and toxins and all kinds of gunk and garbage that you really shouldn't be breathing. Essential oils smell nice naturally, and the aroma is beneficial. Again, you breathe it in, into the olfactory system, up into the limbic system of the brain, which triggers memory and thought and emotions. Nothing better. Nothing better. Another big mistake people use. I love using my toxic cleaning products. I'm not switching. Look, I'm a stubborn old bear, but I knew when to give up the fight on that. I looked at some of the stuff that Young Living has, the Thieves line of cleaning products, dish soap, dishwasher powder, the Thieves household cleaner, all these fantastic products for cleaning that Young Living has that are all plant-based. They're all plant-based. They're not going to hurt your system. They're not going to hurt your body. They're not going to kill your liver. They're not going to bust your spleen. Some of the stuff that, our moms and we used to use, that stuff can kill you. Literally, can kill you. So, yeah, sure, your toxic cleaning products may work. It may clean whatever you're trying to clean, but it's also gutting your body. Young Living products don't gut your body. They add to your wellness. They really do. So get rid of those chemical-laden products. Switch to plant-based, all-natural cleaning products. Young Living's got a slew of them that you can use. If you think that Thieves household cleaner is, it's just a nice little bottle of cleaner. No, that thing is the do-it-all dolly of house cleaner. That thing can do countertops, floors, windows, walls, ceilings, ceiling fans, everything under the sun. Just use your dilution ratios and you can figure it out. One of the things I made was, or one of the things I hate to do is clean the toilet bowl. I mean, come on. How many people go, yay, I get to clean the toilet bowl today. I'm so happy. I made these little miniature bath bombs, if you want to call them that. I used baking soda, citric acid, and some essential oils. And I put them in a mold. Well, they kind of puffed up a little bit. It was like bread that rose. So they look like little muffins. So I call them my toilet muffins. I drop one or two of those in the toilet bowl, let them fizz away, and it makes the job a lot easier. It really does. So yeah, if you want the recipe for toilet muffins, just ask. All right. Next question, or next mistake, the next big oops that a lot of people make. High quality essential oils are too expensive. Essential oils can be purchased cheaply at grocery stores all over. $4.99 for a 5 milliliter bottle of lavender, frankincense, tea tree, eucalyptus, lemon, you name it, they got it. Now, the idea that all of these oils, no matter what they are, they're all priced at $4.99, that tells me that they are not 100% pure essential oils. Because that's not how it works. Some plant sources are more valuable than others. Some distilling methods are more expensive than others. They can't all be $4.99. It's not cheap to plant, grow, harvest, and distill oils. It's cheap to add chemicals, floral water, fragrance, synthetics. That's the difference right there. Any oils that are value priced are most likely loaded with those synthetics, toxins, artificial fragrance, and who knows what. You have no clue because they can cover their ingredient list by saying 100% pure, and all they have to have is like 5% essential oil in there, and they can claim 100% pure. Sometimes, I just don't get labeling. I just don't understand how people can get away with that, but they can. It's called big business and money. I'm not against money. I'm not against big business. But sometimes I think that's how they get away with a lot of the stuff. Now, there's a phrase that I've heard for a couple years, and I believe it with all my heart. Cheap oils aren't good. Good oils aren't cheap. That's true. Do you realize that there is more lavender essential oil on the market than can be processed from all the existing lavender in the world that's harvested? Do the math. Even with Common Core, that doesn't add up. Someone is making fake oils, not Young Living. We've been to the farms. We've seen the distilling in action. I've trusted my life to Young Living essential oils and products. And the fact that my heart's still ticking and I'm still here and I'm yapping at you, that shows that I've been right. And Young Living hasn't let me down. So you think oils are expensive? Think about how much you pay for regular household cleaners, shampoos, soaps, makeups, candles. I've just been joined by someone.
What you got diffusing? Because it smells yummy.
That's my wife, Lori.
I just heated up leftover garlic stuff, which smells horrible.
Yeah.
I'm not made for the camera. What is that?
And I am.
What is that you're diffusing?
Joy and Believe.
I love it.
Okay.
It smells so good.
Okay.
Put some all over you.
Right.
Okay.
Thank you.
See you in a bit.
She brought in this plate of pasta primavera that she made yesterday that was a little heavy on the garlic, a lot heavy on the garlic. And now I can honestly say, even though she brought the plate in here, yeah, I can smell the garlic now, but it's not as overpowering as it was in the kitchen. And I've got my little diffuser there going. It's chugging away, and it's doing what it's supposed to be doing. It's great. So you've got essential oils, and then you've got household cleaners, shampoos, soaps, makeup, candles, air fresheners, and assorted things like that. Do what's called a ditch and switch. You don't have to do it all at once, mind you. You don't have to say, I'm going to clean out everything that's under my sink and I'm going to replace it with essential oils. If you want, yeah, fine, go ahead. That's your business. But if you are fiscally responsible, and if you are one of those people that, has a problem letting go of money, let me tell you, my wife is like that. I'm like that. I have a hard time buying something that I know is going to harm my body. So that's why I don't buy toxic stuff anymore. I buy essential oils. Because I used to be reactive, especially when I wasn't well, when I was under the wellness line, constantly being sick, constantly in the hospital. I was reactive with my wellness. I would wait until something happened, then I would do something. With essential oils, I'm using them now. I'm supporting the systems of my body. I'm looking like a gang member going like this. Like, yeah. Okay, no, I am not one of the Beastie Boys, even though I look it. Actually, this is my Santa Claus starter kit. With essential oils, we purchase the oils. Yeah, some of them are a little pricey, but you know what? It's worth it. I'm not paying hundreds of thousands of dollars to hospitals anymore. I'm not seeing my doctor every month and a half like I used to. That's saving money. Even with insurance, that's still saving money. We have saved more money since we've started using oils on a regular basis. And we've switched out a lot of the products that we've had. We got rid of the toxic stuff. We brought in essential oils little by little, not all at once. And we've noticed it's made a difference. Our budget's the same. Our budget is the same. And we're feeling better about it too, because we're using all natural products. We're not using toxins. We're not using harmful chemicals. We're not using stuff that they tell you, don't pour this down the drain, because if it gets in the water system of your area, it can cause a lot of problems. I'm sorry. I'm not going to buy something that does that. I'm going to buy something that smells nice. I'm going to get something that works. And I'm going to do something that has a positive effect on my psyche. Essential oils do that. I don't feel guilty using essential oils. I feel guilty if I grab a candle and light it. It's like, okay, well, I guess I can light. I second guess myself when I do stuff like that now. With essential oils, no, I just reach for a bottle, use it, good. So if essential oils are too expensive for you, just do the ditch and switch. Switch out a little bit here and there. One of the other mistakes, and I'm going to close with this one. One of the other mistakes is how you apply oils. I made the mistake one time. I had some head tension. I can't say the real word because the FDA will not allow us to make wellness claims. But I had some head tension. The kind you get like here. I took some peppermint essential oil and I just went, a little bit here, a little bit there. It's like, that feels better. That really feels better. Then I made the mistake of going, I still had some residue of the oil on my finger. And I went, that hurt. It really hurt. You got to keep essential oils away from your eyes, away from the insides of your nose, and away from the insides of your ears. All right. Do not use them on any internal membranes, with the exception of you can take the Vitality oils internally. Yeah. Did it burn? Yes, it burned. Yeah, it hurt. And I was sitting there for about 10 minutes going, and don't use water. No, don't use water. Oil and water don't mix, You need to just kind of get a little vegetable oil or a carrier oil, another oil to help eliminate the oil that's there, because that will adhere, that will bond, and then you can rinse it out with that. So yeah, you got to be careful with essential oils sometimes, especially if you're using a hot oil like cinnamon bark or peppermint or oregano, something like that. Make sure that you dilute that oil. Now, on the Young Living webpage at www.youngliving.com, they have a blog that you can access. And on that blog, there was a blog that came out back in September about essential oil mistakes. I had this class written before I saw that blog last fall, but I took a lot of the stuff from that blog, added it to this class. So it's a combination of what Young Living says and what I've experienced. And to me, that's a lot of fun because we're on the same page with Young Living. And I've droned on long enough tonight. Thank you so much for making this a part of your Monday evening. We really appreciate it. If you have any questions about essential oils, Lori and I are here. If you are part of a Young Living team and were invited to this class and have questions, talk to the person who invited you to watch this class. We'd be more than happy to answer any questions for you. We'll be back next week. Next week, we're doing a class on einkorn, ancient grain, the staff of life. So stick around for that. Hope you have a wonderful rest of the week. Stay safe, stay apart, stay home, stay hydrated, stay oiled, stay well. All right. Take care. God bless.